Hi, today I'm going to show you guys how I actually make these hanging rainbow wall hanging. So in your kit, this is going to be a DIY kit, and in your kit you're going to get 4 strands of macrame cord with a thicker macrame cord. 4 different colors. You're going to want to start off with the shortest cord first, which our shortest cord, these ones are a little different color than what that one is. Our shortest cord is this orangey color cord. And what you're going to do, all these ends are taped, and the reason why we tape these ends is because they like to fray. So we don't want them to fray until we're ready for them to fray. And you're going to start roughly 2 inches from the end of the cord, so which is approximately right about there. That's where your 2-inch mark is. And you're always wanting to start with the short one and work your way up. So you're going to start with the short, and then you're going to do this one, and this one. So you're going to fold your strand just a little bit, and our 2-inch mark was approximately right there. And you're going to glue it down with some hot glue. I'm just going to glue it down. Set that to the side and just glue it down like that. And now you're going to wrap the orangey color cord around your thicker cord. You're going to start by coming towards yourself and wrapping it around. You want to do it nice and tight, just like that. And you want to tuck in those loose strands so you don't see them. Just wrap it all the way around. You're going to wrap it all the way around till you get till approximately 2 inches from this end. So you want to just keep that in mind as you're wrapping. You only want to go up to 2 inches. Okay, so I got the cord pretty much wrapped. You'll see there might be a few little gaps. You want to, as you're wrapping your cord, just make sure you push them in so that they're closer together. And this is approximately 2 inches from the end here. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right here. And I'll just hold that in place so it stays in place. There we go. And you're going to want to get a pair of scissors. I forgot to mention, in your kit you're going to get, I think I might have said, you're going to get a little template. We're going to use this template as our guide, and I'll explain that in a few minutes. You'll also get a bead, and you'll get a little piece of string. This is going to be your hanging cord that's going to come up there. And then plus I did mention the 4 different colors. So now that we got the first one done, we're going to kind of use this as our guide. So you're going to kind of want to shape it along there. So now once you have that setting in place, we're going to do the next color, which the next color is going to be the purple. And you're going to do it the exact same way. Whoops, my little tape came off. So the same thing, you're going to measure 2 inches from the end, roughly. It doesn't have to be exactly. You're just going to make sure that you do them all the same. So I guess if you wanted, you could kind of measure it up with the first one that you did. So, which is about there. Same thing, just put a little dab of glue. And touch your string cord on there. Watch, don't burn your fingers. And the same thing, you're just going to want to wrap that cord around. Okay, so I'm almost done wrapping the purple cord around. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to line it up with your first wrapped cords that you did, and you want to make sure that you line up your two ends here and then wrap enough cord to make sure that these all line up. So we're just going to wrap it around. I just needed a few more. So I'm going to do one more strand, I believe. And that should be there. Those look close. We will cut these ends off so that they're even after, but right now we're just trying to make sure that we wrap the equal amount of cord on each strand. So I'm just going to cut that off. And I'm going to add a dab of glue. And you don't want to work your way ahead, so you don't want to do any of the other ones until you work your way, so you start with the smallest and work your way up. Otherwise, you could not have your rainbows matching at each end. Okay, so now I'm going to do the next cord. And it's done the exact same way. I'm just going to, all I'm doing is going to line it up there. Mark my point there. Okay, so now that I got all my rainbows all wrapped, you can see that you kind of have to shape them to how you're going to glue them. And that's why we have this little template in there for you, so that you can follow that template. So one thing you'll notice where you glued those ends, you probably don't want that to be your best side. So we're just going to flip it over, because I got them all that way. So that your best side, you don't see all those little ends. Okay, so now I just got to reposition them a little bit so that they're all, you want them all to be even. I see mine's going to be a little bit, not quite there, but it'll be good. So once you have them all lined up like that, you're going to start again with your inner rainbow. And your inner two. So you're going to glue these two together. So you're actually going to take your hot glue gun, and you're only wanting to go like in the center, because you don't want a whole bunch of glue. You don't want a whole bunch of glue sticking out. So you might need help with a parent to help you with gluing this. So what I do is I just do a little dab about halfway, like that, and then I'm going to line it up and glue it in. Then I'll move this to the side, and I'll do the other side, just all the way down, and then pinch it together. That's one thing about hot glue, it glues pretty quick. There, so that's in position. Now the same thing you're going to do with your next rainbow. Same thing, we're just going to go halfway down between the cord, halfway up, and line it up and glue it in. Hold it in there. And do the same here. And then my last one, just measure it up. There you go. Okay. Now we want to attach the bead and the string onto the top here. And of course, pick your best side also. And that's going to face you. So fold your string in half and feed it through your bead. If you have a hard time feeding it through your bead, you can also just put a dab of tape on the end. Okay, so now I got this string through. I just kind of tie several little knots in here just to make it so it won't fall through. Just like that. And then what I did was I actually dabbed a little bit of glue to hold the string into place inside the bead hole there. Let it sit in there for a minute. You can leave a little bit longer string. So this is my good side, so I'm going to center it on the top of the rainbow. Put a little bit of glue on the top and running down the side. Oops. I'm going to put the bead on there, hold it in place, and try not to get too much glue. There. And then just glue the string down. We'll let that dry. Then you can take your tape off the ends. Cut that one off. We're done with the glue, so we can unplug that. So you're going to want to unravel. This is a triple strand, so there's going to be 3 cords in there. Okay, so now that you have all these unraveled, you're going to want to fray them out or comb them out. I do have a macrame comb, but if you don't have a macrame comb at home, you can basically use any kind of comb to fray out your cords, or if you have a pet brush at home, lots of you guys have animals, you can use one of them to fray it out. So all I'm doing is combing it out. And you can see how long these are compared to this one here. You can make them however long you want. You just want them to be even, I guess. So you do need a sharp pair of scissors to cut. Now, if you have a ruler at home, you can set a ruler in place to make sure that they're all measured the exact same. I'm just going to cut some of this off because it's pretty bulky. Yeah, you want a nice sharp pair of scissors if you have at home. These aren't the sharpest. It helps if you have a nice pair of sharp scissors. Okay, so now I got the rainbow all cut up, and it's okay if they're not all exactly lined up because no rainbows are perfect. So this is our tutorial on how to do the rainbow wall hanging.